Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to remember the work of Satoru Iwata. He's no longer with us, but his contributions to the development of the Switch should not be forgotten, and will be felt. This is a day for all of us to celebrate, and we wish you were here, because today is your day. The day is finally upon us, March 3rd, 2017. The worldwide debut of the Nintendo Switch. Less than a decade ago, Nintendo was breaking all kinds of sales records with the Wii and DS. They were the hottest items around, and more often than not, completely sold out. This heady time led to the phrase "it prints money" being attached to the company. And for a while, it felt like there was no end in sight. The DS went 3D and then 2D again, while the Wii gave way to the Wii U. While each game experience on their own was as solid as ever, a refusal, as some might say, to get with the times, and an overall confusing marketing strategy made it felt like Nintendo had fallen from grace. While I wouldn't say doomed, the stalled momentum from the peak of the Wii could be felt. And with PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and mobile gaming cementing their positions in 2014, 15, and 16, many wondered what, if anything, Nintendo could do to reach those peaks again. The answer came a few months ago, as the much speculated, and in true Nintendo fashion long delayed, NX was finally unveiled as the Switch. And, much like the Wii before it, it's an interesting concept which promised a new and unique style of play, at an affordable price. Before you consider the add-ons. You know, it's the 5th time in 20 years Nintendo has released new hardware. It's kind of like watching the seasons change, as stores will soon be full of Joy-Cons and slim red boxes, while the things you see on the shelves here will be gone. Anyway, the wait is finally over, and people around the world will get to see if the Switch is really the next big thing, all hype, or maybe a little bit of both. For Switch, I'm doing what I've done for every launch. Wait in line to get it on day one. For the Wii, I waited in line all night in Akihabara. But they don't do that anymore. Just pre-order and show up in the morning. Pretty convenient, but much less exciting. Now that I've got it, let's take it home and open up the box. Okay, time to unbox. Of course, you've probably seen this on many sites already. My friends at Nintendo Life have covered this in depth, as has the Happy Console Gamer and some others. But I don't think anyone has shown off a Japanese machine on an English-speaking channel yet. The Switch is region-free, but for anyone who wants to import, this is for you. Open it up and there it is. Just really wanted to show off the Japanese packaging. But it's mostly just pictures and there's very little text. The only text is on the inside. You have to actually open up the box. I also wanted to see if you could set the language, because no Nintendo system released in Japan has ever had any kind of language option and has been strictly Japanese only. And I can confirm that you can change the language. In fact, Japanese is the last one on the list. And if you choose English, it actually gives you the option of your region, and it includes Japan in that region. Very surprising. Here's some game boxes. I bought Bomberman R and 1-2 Switch. Just to take a look inside, we have no manual anymore, but a very nice colorful inlay. Okay, so I'm going to download the Day 1 update, and while I'm downloading the Day 1 update, I'm going to give some commentary. These are my own opinions. Feel free to agree or disagree with them in the comments below. Very simply, this is the day that Nintendo exits the console or TV game business. And they are solely handheld from here on in. Yeah, there's the Mini, but that's recycling old games. This is Nintendo saying that they cannot compete with Sony and Microsoft in the home space without risking losing the company. They could have made something in terms of power that beat the PS4, but they would have had to sell it at a major loss or be too expensive for a lot of people and sell in very low numbers. Also, Sony and Microsoft have a 3-year head start. So they could have tried that, but I don't think it would have succeeded. The Wii was a real outlier. Most people who weren't gamers bought one, and mostly just for Wii Sports. Except for the Wii, from the Famicom or NES all the way down to the Wii U, the total number of units sold for each hardware generation has decreased. But Nintendo had a near monopoly on the handheld space, except for the PSP and Vita, but that wasn't so much, except in Japan. So handheld has always been Nintendo's area, and now it's the only place they can be. The Switch hooks up to the TV, but I'm never going to play it on the TV. I'm going to take it to work and on the train, and the dock is just for charging. I think it's just a way to assure people who do like to play on a big TV that they can. But for me, no. I think this will sell in the range of 15 million units on the low end and 30 to 40 million on the high end. I say 15 because that's a little more than what the Wii U sold, and it seems like people are more excited about and more aware about the Switch. But it won't be less than 15 because of Nintendo's built-in fan base. If they sell 500,000 a month every month continuously for the next 5 years, that's 30 million units. Sure, holidays will sell more, but that's the kind of numbers it needs to make that mark. There could be an extraordinary game out there that hasn't been made yet, that will really be a system seller. So it could be more than 30, won't get close to 100 million. I don't see it going longer than 5 years. Even the Wii, which was officially 6 years, was pretty much done after 5. Everything else Nintendo has done since the N64 has gone 5 years, and they drop it. They can also likely refresh this hardware in the same shell and use the same Joy-Cons too, so that's a possibility. There will never be a price cut on this. If the Joy-Cons are $80 and the dock is $90 and most of the tech is in the screen, and Nintendo likes to sell hardware on a profit, expect it to be $300 or 30,000 yen or whatever it is in your country, all the way to the end, all the way to 2021 or 2022. If it's a super hot seller like the Wii, they won't cut the price and keep the profit. And if it sells at the pace of the Wii U, they can't afford to cut the price to increase the hardware numbers. To compensate for that, they'll do just like they did for the Wii and Wii U, in my opinion, both of which never had a major price cut in Japan. They will bundle games on the built-in memory card to give you a sense of added value. Final prediction, and I think we can all agree, Joy-Cons will be in every color and design possible. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. As I said, leave a comment to tell me what you think, if you agree or disagree. If you're new to the channel, then please check out some other videos and like and subscribe accordingly. I'm not big on playing games on camera. I like to leave that up to you. That's the fun of games, playing them, not watching me do that. So go get your Switch and go to it. Happy launch day, and I've got one last thing to do.